Why you shouldn't rejoice when a neighbor's white house is on fire? For many of you, the answer is obvious. The fire spread to your house and all that you have accumulated will turn to ashes. When a neighbor's house is burning, you should be watered your own house with water. It's just saying, tale ahead. Once upon a time, there lived the Fed, the world speculator and warmonger. The Fed is a little monster that eats money. The more it eats, the bigger it becomes. And the more it grows, the more money it needs. And the Fed has grown into a huge monster and eat well, even its own creators. It ate all the money of the American economy, drove it to the depths that exceed the GDP. Other countries are afraid of the monster, but if you kill it, they lose their fear, and the United States will no longer rule the world. You can print more money, but that's not satisfy the monster anymore. And no one in the world no longer wants to feed it. So the only way is to kill the monster. Who will do it and how doesn't matter. The only important thing is what will happen after its death. First is the fall of America, where the money will become a sliced pepper. All the money will turn to dust. Everything will devalue at once. Everything will be deficit. Widespread robberies and murders begins. People will kill for a piece of bread or a can of soda. The police and military are put into action, but you need to pay them. Not pieces of paper, of course, but food and ammunition. Some of the troops will be transferred from abroad, and you have nothing to pay with. Abandoned and military bases around the world, soldiers will starve and rebel, making predatory raids on a civil population. The government of these countries will have to enter their own army and police. The Americans will destroy these countries, and the fire of anarchy will spread throughout the world. Who have reserves in dollars? Everyone! Europe countries have huge debts and the state reserves in US currency. They can be deleted from the global economy for 5 years. It's like a plague. If you can recover and develop immunity, maybe you'll remain on the economic map of the world. Japan, Australia, Canada, the forecast is the same: disease and then death, or a long and difficult recovery. China is a special case. Huge dollar reserves, economic development and 1.5 billion people. And yet the United States is a major trading partner. If the dollar will turn into candy wrappers, China will survive is almost painless. But the disappearance of the commodity turnover, it's very painful. Decreasing of various industries will begin. Strict distribution of food and energy. Maybe there will be tickets. The sharp decline in production will reduce need for hydrocarbons. And here begins the most terrible part of our tale. Russia is not an island of stability, it's a part of global economy. This means that the impact will be a destructive force. And first of all, for finance. Everything that you have once accumulated become nothing. Dollars, euros, rubles, it all will lose its value. Do we have a way out of this financial funnel? Who and what we sell? Oil, gas and coal, all prices are in dollars. Major customers, the European Union, China and Japan. Euro and the yen will fall much because their reserves in dollars. Their economy is on its last legs, and if we continue to pump gas, we will trade at a loss. By reducing the production, China doesn't need so much of our hydrocarbons, and everything they need can be bought from Iran. Their oil is better and cheaper. Also, we sell weapons, fertilizer, agricultural products, build the nuclear stations, a lot of things actually. But who will buy all this? Who will have the real money? And what is considered real money? Of course, the government will survive. But what will happen to us? All our savings devalued. Can happen shortages of hot water, electricity and food. Transport can simply stop, deprived of fuel. Then what to do? How can we survive? Convert. Exactly, convert our modest savings in pickles, jams, preserves and cereals. After all, nothing is more reliable than cans. Good old iron cans. Good luck to you.